Hello, I'm Peggy O'Neill, and welcome to today's live learning, where we're going to explore how to transmute the war within to peace. I'm the founder of this Facebook group, Answering the Call. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'd love for you to join us in the Facebook group if that is of interest to you. But I'm a founder of that group, also the creator of Wisdomary Leading, which is a way of leading our lives, our teams, our families, our organizations, our country, and the world based on the truth of the great wisdom traditions, which aligns totally with what science now understands about the nature of reality, which is in actuality, we are all one shared being. We share our being with everyone and everything. This isn't spirituality, it's reality. Like I said, scientists are saying the exact same thing. So welcome as we explore how to live and to really know that. So we go way beyond concepts. So it's a lived experience, a knowing of who we are and how we can live together as one shared being. If you're here live, please say hi. I love knowing that you're here. If you have any comments or questions while we're together, please put them in the chat and I will respond. If you're watching this on replay, please put hashtag replay in the comments. And the same, if you have comments or questions, please ask them and I will get back to you and answer them. And at any time, please feel free to email me, Peggy at Peggy-O'Neill, ONEAL.com. Happy to discuss any topic, or if there's a topic you want me to talk about, please email me or put it in the comments and I will talk about it. So today, specifically, we're talking about how to transmute the war within to peace. And as we know, our true nature, our essential nature is actually peace. Not peace like a feeling or an emotion, but the peace of contentment, that all is well. It's that sort of peace. It's the knowing of peace, that all is well, that sort of deep contentment. And as we know that deep contentment, then we experience peace in our life, and then we're more able to express ourselves, to interact even in difficult situations with difficult conversations from this place and knowing of peace. And then we bring peace to whatever conversation or circumstance that we're in. In addition, peace in our own being, and that informs everything about what's possible for us, how we can live, how we express ourselves. So I'm so happy that we're having this conversation today, especially right now. So depending on when you're watching this, the situation in Israel just happened, about 4 or 5 days ago. And that's part of what instigated this particular topic today. So what you will learn is how to locate the war within, discover what you find that war means for you, so discover what the war is for you, and then how to return to the peace that you actually are. So you might even be wondering, well, how do I know if I'm at war with myself? Well, we're actually the flow of the universe. There's one flow, like one ocean or one river, and we're all unique expressions of that flow. So if we're not experiencing the flow, then we've got some level of war going on because we've got some sort of blockage. There's something limiting us, holding us back. Might not be intense, but it's some level of not being aligned with who we truly are. So some sort of misalignment, some sort of war going on. And my notes say some level of at warness. Thought I'd share my creativity there. All right, so how do we locate the war within? We want to look by, of course, first being still. We can do that by taking a deep breath. We can do that right now. Just take a deep breath and let it out. And another deep breath and let it out. And uncross anything. Uncross your legs, uncross your arms. Just sit with your arms and hands in your lap, but not putting your hands together, just keeping everything open. Or you can lie down if you want to. and stay awake, and to scan your body and notice where your attention goes, and trust that. Where does your attention go? Now, if it's a pain experience, you want to check. You could check: is this a pain or an ache? That's a yes. There's a version of a war there, but today we're just going to look at the emotional war. So if it's a ache or a pain, you can probably bypass that today. If that's what keeps showing up, then you want to go there. I mean, if that's what keeps getting your attention, then maybe start there after all. But if you can, relax your attention from an ache or a pain and scan and notice, where does your attention go to an emotional pain or an emotional sense that's not peace or love or joy or fulfillment. So find that place in your body. What we're looking for is an area of pain in our body, but not physical pain, emotional pain. So notice where in your body that shows up, or is being exhibited. Better way to say that is being expressed in your body. And then place your attention there. As best you can, place all of your attention there. And invite your mind to take a break right now. Because your mind is going to want to get involved. It's going to want to know, why is this happening? Where did this come from? What can I do about it? What does it mean? We don't want to listen to any of those questions. It's going to be very challenging the first few times, maybe even the first few years you do this. I was with some people earlier this week that have been doing some version of this work for several years, and still noticing how challenging it was to not get caught up in trying to think about what they're noticing. Yeah, it can be very challenging. So if you notice yourself trying to think about this, that just relax your attention. And it can actually help to invite your mind to go take a break for an hour. I'll be just fine. Really, it does help to do that. So you can do that if you notice that the thoughts are taking over and trying to get in charge here, because that's not going to be useful for what we're doing here today. So again, put your attention where the area of emotional pain is in your body. And that's all you do. You don't resist it. You can welcome it. But really, at this point, the best thing to do is just allow it. Just allow that to be there. That's the first step. When I say that's all there is to do, that's the first step. Attention, locate it in your body. Put your attention there, and experience allowing it to be there. Just like if there was a cat walking around in the room, you just allow it to be there. Unless they're getting all over the cabinets or something. We're talking about when they're just walking around. So you just allow it to be there. And then this could take a minute, it could take hours, or it could take coming back to it on several occasions. So over several days as you come back to this. Just allow information to arise, and it can take a while for it to arise. We're not trying to rush it. We're not trying to get somewhere. We just know if there's emotional pain in our body, then something's going on there. There's some sort of war going on there. So we sit with it till it's ready to inform us. That's the best way to be with it. Let it inform us. Now, it could do it not while we're sitting with it, but maybe an hour later. So it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to be sitting with it, as I'm talking about right now, for some sort of information to arise. But we might want to keep coming back to assist the process. And you might already know what the war is, so that's okay too. And so you might actually reverse this. I know what the war is. I'm not honoring something about myself or a relationship, or I'm in conflict over this issue in my life. So if you're doing it in the reverse way, that you already know what it is intellectually, then allow yourself to again go to where the emotional pain is held in your body and put your attention there. So you may already know what's happening, what's causing it, but you still want to do the same thing. What just put your attention on it so that you can allow the underlying information to arise. You know, the surface information. That could be all there is to know. You'll know. But we can also sit there and see what else wants to inform us what the root of this is. But we're not trying to get anywhere. Remember, we're not asking any questions. We're asking our mind to take a vacation for an hour. And we place our attention there, allow the emotion, and then allow whatever arises, information, insights, to come to you in whatever way and time that it wants to. Could be images, could be a memory, could be an aha out of the blue, an insight of some sort. And of course, we all have all kinds of wars going. Well, we're doing the process right now. I started to, so let's just sit there for a few more minutes of sitting there for you to be there with a specific pain and see if anything arises right now. And see how you can do with not listening to your thoughts. Relax the attention. Anytime your thoughts come up, just let them be. But take your attention away from them by relaxing your attention. And you might notice that the emotion gets more intense. It's because now our attention is there. That's okay. And you can ask it something like, what's the war going on within? Or what's this about? You don't want to ask a more psychological question like, where did this come from? Like a childhood question, like, where did this come from? An experience or something. You don't want to ask a pointed question like that. It's more an invitation to give you information. So what's the information here? Or what is there to know? Or what's the war? What's at odds here? And something that just came to me as I'm sitting my heart area is what came to me. Oh, now, because it just came to me. Let me sit with it again. It went away quickly. That I'm at odds with myself. So that's what came to me. So I can check in with, what is that? Where do I see that I'm at odds with myself? Of course, that's back to really kind of a war, although I have an idea of what it is for me specifically, which is I'm I'm kind of at a crossroads of figuring out how to approach a situation in my life that I'll probably be telling you more about very soon. But it's informing me that, yeah, there's some decisions to be made here. So so let me see if you have any questions, because that is pretty much it. Yay, Sue, you're here. Yay. So happy that you're here. So you have any questions? So again, repeating while I'm waiting to see if there are any questions. It's very simple. Just, get yourself settled and quiet. Scan your body. It can be like a general scan. It doesn't have to be start with the toes, go to the top of the head. But if that's what you want to do that. That's fine. But it doesn't have to be that. You can just put your attention on your whole body and see, where does your attention go? You want to trust that. Even if it's not where you think it ought to go, just let your attention guide you. It's such a beautiful way to live when we start letting life show us instead of our minds trying to tell us and inform us and make up all this stuff that it makes up, which is fine. It's fine. That's its job. But right now, we don't want to listen to the mind. So we find that place, put our attention on it, and then it'll let us know what's off. And trust yourself, whatever question comes to you to ask, or no question, like what's off, or what are you trying to tell me, or what's this about? Any of those questions. or the ones that come to you, or whatever I said a while ago. I don't have a question that I ask. I specifically steer away from that because I don't want any of this to turn into a formula for me or for you. Because then we start getting into this egoic approach to this system. There has to be a system that helps me out here, and that's not useful for what we're talking about right now. We want it to be more organic, holistic. Let ourselves inform ourselves of a question that wants to be asked or a place to look. So some types of things that could be wars within is maybe knowing that there's something you're here to do and you're not doing it, or that you have, or maybe just not letting yourself. You can feel that sense. Oh, I think there's something else for me to do here, but you're not exploring it. That would also be a war within. Or you've been trying to lose weight forever and ever and ever, and you're not doing it. So, great place to start, everything I just said. And sometimes it is also a matter of, well, we really want to honor what our self, our being, wants to tell us about that. Because it could be that what you wind up getting told is to let it go. You know, if it's only 5 pounds, or maybe even up to 20 pounds, I guess, maybe it's time to let it go. Or it could also be telling you it's time to take care of it. Maybe you don't like the work you do, but you force yourself. I can't tell you how many people over the years that I've coached that work in organizations are doing just that. It's just a shame how many people are just forcing themselves to do jobs they don't like. It's a war. And then we carry it out into all areas of our lives. We bring that energy, that unhappiness into all of our lives. We cannot not do that. Maybe there's something going on in a relationship that's causing a conflict, and either you're not talking about it or you're letting it simmer and it's time to let it go, or you're judging somebody else's activities instead of loving them. All of those could be wars within. So again, if we don't know what it is, or maybe you want to confirm what it is, or maybe you think there might be something else besides what's obvious to you. So you can use this where you just bring that experience close. You just notice where it is and don't resist it, and allow what's there to arise. And then, oh yeah, I almost forgot the last one. Return to the peace that you are. So let's say that in nothing seems to be happening in the first time you explore this, but you can feel that experience, and it comes to you to do this. So here is a way to return to the peace that you are, which is to welcome the experience that's there. I know you've heard me say that before, but not in this particular context, because sometimes when we're at war, it's real uncomfortable. Or maybe we're frightened even. So we can bring all those experiences together, and allow them to all be there. What I really mean, it's not an efforting here. It's just allowing them all to be there and to welcome them. Just welcome them, allow them, not resisting, not seeking another experience to replace what's happening, but welcoming it. Purely welcoming it and bring it as close as you can. Sometimes to me it almost feels like I'm kind of pulling it in. Bring it so close that it actually transmutes into the peace that's already there. And that will happen, even if you don't have any particular information that's useful in the first or 10th go round. You don't have to wait for that. You can actually bring it so close and feel whatever it is, but bring it so close, welcome it, feel love for it. So close that it merges. That's when it transmutes into the peace that's always there, that you actually are. And it'll permeate your whole being. So, any questions or comments? I got a little tickle in my throat here. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. And then the other, um, um, so I wrote an article, or I've been writing several articles lately about our war within. And so when we see war out in the world, we can know that there's it's telling us something, especially if we feel any emotion in relationship to it besides grieving or sadness. But if we feel some other emotion like anxiety or resistance or annoyance or this shouldn't be happening, any of those sorts of emotions are telling us that it's reflecting a war within us. So, um, to, one of the best things we can do to support peace on earth, peace in our own lives, is to do what I'm talking about right here. Not to judge what's happening out there in the world. I mean, yes, we can we can know that something's unjust or something is just wrong with how we could live as human beings. That's different from a judgment, which has all our opinions, our ego being upset with people or upset with they shouldn't be doing that. All of that. That's the egoic mind getting involved. And when we're doing that, we're actually creating more. We're sending an experience of war out into the universe. I know it can be really confrontational to know that and face that. That's what happens. If we're at war within, then we're one with everything. So it's like a drop of green food dye going into a glass of water. It maybe thins out the further out it gets, but it's it's influencing everything in the universe. It literally is. How do we know? Because we're one. We're one universe. It's one ocean, one river. So so we can know that we're serving the universe, serving ourselves, serving our families to transmute this war into peace. As we do it with ourselves, we're doing it for the world as well. Hi, Helen. You're welcome. I'm glad to see that you're here. Wonderful. You're welcome. So if anybody has any questions, again, you can email me, put them in the comments. Also, next Wednesday, the 18th, from 12 to 1:30, I'm holding my monthly or our monthly complimentary workshop, Wisdomary Leading the Way of the Heart. So if you'd like to attend that complimentary workshop, it's an hour and a half on Wednesday. Just put it in the comments. I'll send you the Zoom link. It's not recorded. Or send me a message and I will send you the Zoom link that way. Or email me. Okay. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of what we can do right now to invite more peace into the world, to allow more peace in the world, beginning with our own peace. Bye.